Hi. We need to talk.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh no. That's never good.
It's one of those. We need to talk about Inferno.
We do.
We do.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to the channel. Oh, and by the way, thanks to everybody who watched our Inferno vlogs and chose to subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's insane. Like, we are such a small channel, and I think we managed to accumulate about 230 extra subscribers in the span of a week because of these Inferno vlogs. So thanks to everybody who chose to subscribe. It means a lot.
It really does. Yeah, thank you so much.
It's pretty overwhelming, to be honest. We're such a small channel so to gain that many new subscribers in such a short span of time is something that I never thought was gonna happen ever. So yeah, that's amazing. Thanks for the support. It's genuinely appreciated. But yeah, let's chat about Inferno. There's a few things. Obviously, we went in blind, as I think most of you would be aware by this point.
Pretty blind, actually, to be honest. I think we were so busy before the festival anyway. I just didn't think stupidly to look anything up.
No, me neither.
But I quite like the element of surprise as well, you know what I mean? I don't want to research too much.
No.
And plan too many things in case I don't get to do it all, you know? Like.
Yeah, you don't want to plan too many things because you don't want to be like...
Or too overwhelmed before you even get there.
Like, yeah, in a way like, shit, we got to do this and do this. It's like, it gets very stressful.
Yeah, I knew there was a lot to see. And
yeah.
There was a few things I really wanted to see. And obviously bands I really wanted to catch. But yeah, we didn't actually do that much research. No, essentially we didn't really know what we were doing when we signed up to go to Inferno and we got on the plane and landed in Norway. We were just like, okay, let's see what Inferno is like. I think we always kind of do that though, don't we? Like with trips and everything, we like kind of go with the flow. Whenever
we travel anywhere, we might do a tiny bit of research and see like, okay, so what's around? Like that would be you doing the research, by the way, not me.
Yeah, it was like this bar and that bar, and or you know, well, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but we don't plan. Okay, we do this on that day or anything like that. It's just okay. We have some ideas.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how it goes.
Exactly. And we sort of did the same thing with Inferno. So yeah, did some mistakes in the process.
Not really mistakes, just things we didn't know.
Things we didn't know. Things would have made the trip easier if we had known about those things beforehand. But you learn and it's fine. And it's this is why we're here right now, to sort of summarize in a very long-winded way what went really well and what could have gone better. Let's get to the actual festival and talk about. Well, I guess talk about the whole trip, like.
Yeah, we can start with
from when we started out.
Like how to get there.
Yeah.
That was actually very straightforward.
Yeah,
like
getting there.
Yeah, if you get a flight to Oslo airport, like international airport, then it's very easy to get to the central.
Yeah, it is. Literally just follow along with everybody else out of the airport section, and then you come out to this big open space, and there's like you walk a little bit and it says Oslo S, which means like this goes to Oslo Central Station. We
just saw like signs for the train to Oslo Central.
Yeah. You buy your tickets and then that's like a little ticket machine, and you just we just basically just typed in Oslo and it just came up straight away.
We did have to look up the station. Like which one was it?
Yeah, there's a few different stations. But we got off at the central one, which was right next to the hotel.
We thought it would be central, but because like in English we're used to central being with a C.
Yeah.
But they had it with an S. So,
in Norway it's Oslo S for central.
And sometimes they abbreviate it Oslo S. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, ticket machine was in English. Yeah. Very straightforward.
Easy.
Pay with your card. Yeah, that was very easy. Get your ticket, come out. And you just find the station, which is
finding the platform was super easy as well. It took about finding the platform was very easy. It took about maybe 1.5 minute walk from where we bought the tickets till we were waiting for the train.
Yeah,
that was super easy. One thing you got to be careful about is that there's apparently 2 different trains that connect the airport to the station. And going back, we bought a ticket because we were in a bit of a rush and we didn't know about this. So we bought a ticket for the wrong train, which meant that like there's an express train and a regular train. I don't know how much faster. I think the express train is only about 5-10 minutes faster than the normal train. The difference is not that big from what I remember. But so when we got off with our regular ticket, we had to scan it to go through a little gate, and our ticket didn't work. So we were asked to pay for a whole new ticket for this express train. So even though we already paid for the other ticket, we had to pay for a new ticket for both of us.
They didn't even like ask to pay the difference. You had to pay for a whole new ticket.
That was painful.
That was really expensive.
We didn't know that there was two different trains. It was only really when we got to the station that it was like, shit.
We were just rushing and we just saw the first train like to the airport. Yeah. But there's no barriers. It's not like the trains in the UK where there's a barrier like to get into the platform, you know?
No, yeah,
and there's no one checking your ticket before you get on. There was a conductor, but he just said, welcome aboard. Like, okay.
Yeah, he didn't do much. So it was only when we arrived at the airport from Oslo that it turned out that, our ticket wasn't able to get us through the gates. So we were stuck then. We had to talk to the staff, and they asked us to, you have to buy another ticket. And I was like, we already bought the ticket. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your ticket is invalid. You have to buy a whole new one. So that was a very expensive train journey to the airport.
Yeah, that was only going back though.
Yeah, other than that, it was fairly straight. Like as long as you're aware that there's two different train types and therefore two different ticket types, you need to be aware of that and get on the right train.
I think because we're in such a rush, we just didn't look. That was our fault.
It's a very important detail you just got to be aware of.
Yeah, but the normal tickets, the train ticket is not valid, and it says when you buy the ticket, this is not valid for express.
Yeah, we just didn't see that.
But we didn't see that it was an express train, so we got on there. I was like, shit, it says express train.
We were in too much of a rush to pay attention to that when we went in that situation. So, Anyway, other than that, very straightforward.
That was only the problem going there.
We must have bought the right ticket then.
Well, we did, and that was a normal train.
Yeah.
And everyone was there, but I think I don't know. We just
didn't know.
Brain fart.
We did not pay attention, so that was our fault. Anyway, got to Oslo. Again, you arrive at the station. The second you come out of the station, if you have booked your hotel at that Clarion, the hub, where Inferno has this collaboration. So if you buy your hotel package, or if you have this package, I don't know how to explain it. You buy your festival ticket, and then they have a hotel deal that comes along with it. So you get the hotel for a very, very discounted rate. Yeah. That hotel is called Clarion, the hub. Yeah. And it's literally right next to the station. So the second you come out of the station, you see the hotel like literally like 100 meters away from you.
If you come out the same entrance we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Super easy to get there.
Like we said before in the vlogs, I highly, highly recommend doing that package because
it's super worth it.
It is probably cheaper than most hotels you'll find anyway. Yeah. And it's part of the festival itself. Yeah. So like when you come in through the doors, you'll see all posters. All the staff are wearing Inferno shirts. This way you get your wristbands on the Wednesday. Yeah. Breakfast, you go down and everyone's a metalhead having breakfast. So yeah, it's really, really good, and it's so close to the venues. Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. It's like if you do go Inferno, get the hotel package because it is super worth it. For the price you're paying, it's such a nice hotel. Like it's one of the nicest hotels I think I've ever stayed at.
Yeah, really, really nice.
The breakfast buffet is amazing. Yeah. The fact that you can just like linger around and you'll see like one famous person after the next. Yeah. They're blasting metal in all the public spaces. Yeah. They have all these extra things going on. Like we'll get to that later. Like there's a nice bar. Yeah, I mean it costs a bit of money, but they have some nice things in there. And the fact that you can just go into the bar, order like a glass of wine or something or a cocktail, and then you can sit down and you can listen to Opeth and Lamb of God.
Well, yeah, they had Lamb of God, like, Anthrax and Slayer.
Anthrax, Slayer. Yeah, you can listen to they just play all kinds of different metal. It's so diverse.
And almost every day when you go down there, there's metalheads because I think a lot of people who go to Inferno stay at this hotel, which it makes sense.
So again, it's super, super worth it staying at that particular hotel. Definitely recommend it. We were looking at another hotel in the beginning because we didn't know about this deal. But it turns out like that hotel was nowhere near as nice. And this price for this Clarion Hotel was actually, I think, lower than what we looked at, or at least the same. But it's a way nicer hotel.
I think we just...
Plus, they got all this stuff going on as well.
We didn't really research into it. I know they had this deal, but we didn't realise how cheap it actually was, because obviously you have to follow the link on the Inferno site to see it. And I wasn't sure how nice it was going to be, but it did reach, it went way beyond my expectations.
Yeah,
it
same.
was so nice. And then I was so happy that we did it.
Same. Like the second we walked in that lobby for the very first time, it was just like almost overwhelmingly cool. It's fucking hell. I just did not expect that. And this was on the Wednesday, so this is the day before the festival actually starts. And they were already wearing all the Inferno merch. All the staff there was these big posters everywhere. They were blasting metal. There was metalheads everywhere. Yeah. Like it was literally a metalhead takeover of the hotel. Yeah. So it's just like you walk straight into this. I was like, yes, you instantly feel home, don't you?
Yeah, I was really overwhelmed. Just in a good way. Like I was like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah, it was. Obviously, it was our first time, so it's like, wow. It
was unreal, and it was. I couldn't believe that we were there. Like it in a way, it didn't feel real, but it was. So go Inferno, get the hotel deal with the Clarion, the hub. It is super worth it.
And all the extra facilities as well. I mean, the room was lovely.
Yeah.
The bed was amazing. We said about the bed.
The bed is easily the most comfortable bed I've ever laid on in my life.
It's incredible. It was so comfy.
Stupidly good.
I had such a good sleep every night.
Yeah.
I love the theming of the rooms, like the dark colours. It was just so relaxing.
Yeah, the rooms, the hallways, everything about that hotel. The breakfast area was amazing. Even though it was super busy, it didn't feel like suffocating.
No.
We have a lot of our social battery runs out quite quickly. Like we have some social anxiety, if you can put it like that. But being in that really busy breakfast space actually did not feel uncomfortable at all. It was fine, and you could get away from it for like a little bit. There was so much space. There were so many tables. So even though it was busy, you could still find a table just for you, or like in a corner somewhere that wasn't too crowded.
And on the busier days, I opened it up in the conference area, the other side.
Yeah, I saw that.
So you had the breakfast, the proper breakfast area, and then they opened some more up there with more food. So you didn't have to actually walk that far to get some food.
No.
Which was really good, but because it was like a couple of days were like sold out, I think. So, yeah. And even on the first day, it's like, I don't know, there was so many like maleheads there getting breakfast. It's really overwhelming to be in such a busy area. But I felt okay. Like, it's just getting used to everything. But I wasn't as anxious as I would be in other places.
No, it was fine. It was fine. It felt good. Like sometimes when things get very busy, it can get very suffocating, or like it can get too much quite quickly. But
when you don't know where things are, you're like, fuck, I don't know, I get not a bit panicky, but a bit like,
yeah, a bit anxious.
I just want to find where I want to be and get my stuff and sit down. But yeah, it was fine.
No, this was fine. This was easily manageable. It was very, very nice. So everything about the hotel was brilliant. They had a really cool gym.
The gym was incredible. We had 2 gyms.
2 gyms actually. Yeah.
A swimming pool and sauna, which we didn't even use.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so good. It's one of the nicest hotels I've stayed in.
Same.
So you've got to do that.
You have to do that.
Well, I would highly, highly recommend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. All right.
I'm drinking my soup.
Dinking.
Dinking?
We're dinking dragon soup.
Yes. So next subject of conversation.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I was thinking it could be like when we go up before the festival starts. And what we've done.
Yeah.
Because there are many things to do.
I like the hand gestures.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so, I mean, you can do whatever you want, really. Like, we because you'd never been to Oslo before.
I haven't, no.
I went 10 years ago.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah. But I didn't see anything to do with like the black metal scene or, yeah.
No.
I was just doing my own thing. I went to the Rock-In Bar, but I think that was in another location back then. I'll have to check. I don't know if I'm right, but I don't remember it being in that location.
It might have moved.
I think it moved.
Ooh.
But that was like the only metal bar I went to, and I didn't see any of the black metal history.
Interesting.
So yeah, we actually got up pretty early each day.
Yeah.
Considering we were going to bed at 1.
Yeah.
Around 1, sometimes later than that. I was still getting up at 7:30, 8.
Yeah.
Which is still a decent sleep, but...
Went to the gym.
We went to the gym on the first morning.
Yeah.
I forced you to get up. Yeah, but you enjoyed it. It was good. And then what did we do on the first day? Where did we go?
We went to that sculpture park.
Ah, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. Vaterland Sculpture Park, or the Frogner Park. Apparently, it's got two names. Frogner Park.
I think that's like the main area. The Frogner Park is like the whole park.
Oh right, so the sculpture park
is it's within this huge green space.
Now I get it.
And that's only like a little bit of it, I think.
So the park is called the Frogner Park, and the sculpture park itself is called Vaterland Sculpture Park. You can put the name here so that people know what I'm saying.
Yeah, the name will be on the screen. But yeah, like I said earlier, it's really, if you're into your art, well, I don't know, it's really worth visiting anyway.
Yeah, there's some really unusual sculptures there, I'd say.
It's quite eerie in a way. I don't know, yeah. It's a bit weird, but we like that.
The poses that these sculptures are in are very strange and very unusual, and I quite liked it. It was pretty cool.
It's quite out there, which we like. It's like it's different.
Yeah.
I think a lot of metalheads would like that sort of thing.
I think so too. It's a very nice place actually. I quite liked walking around it. It was a beautiful place.
It really was.
It was a massive park. It was a really big area.
Yeah, we didn't even walk through all of it.
No.
And
we walked for quite a while.
Yeah, and you can just walk from the city centre. It doesn't take long, maybe like half hour.
About half an hour. Half an hour walk.
And we walked through the castle. Was it the castle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
The slot.
The slot.
Slot. That just makes me laugh. Sorry, guys. Sorry to the Scandinavians.
It's like castle or fortress. Yeah.
You slut.
Slut.
Yeah, and that's nice to walk through. You can go through the garden and walk past the castle itself.
Yeah, again, it's like a beautiful building, beautiful gardens area. There's the guards around the building as well. So it's pretty cool. Like, it's a very nice walk from that part. Very scenic, and it goes more or less straight to the sculpture park. There's there's a residential area between that and...
Yeah, but even that's nice.
But even that's
Those houses were gorgeous.
Yeah, we walked past this randomly, like walked down the street and we went past this beautiful wooden house.
Yeah, the black one.
Yeah, we can put that in the video.
Yeah.
Very
so
beautiful
nice.
house. Very, very so Norwegian. So Norwegian.
It just looks so cozy. I wanted to look inside.
Same. I want to just like go up, just like knock on the door. Excuse me, can I just have a look at your house?
Yeah.
It's a very nice house. But yeah, beautiful walk, beautiful park. Definitely worth doing. You can easily spend a couple of hours just walking there, like walking to the park and walking around it.
Yeah.
Coming back. Just a nice little thing to do before. Yeah, the festival starts out. Again, you can do these things because the festival, the main bands don't start until around 4.
Yeah, on the Rockefeller stage, the main stage, they don't start till 4.
There are smaller bands on the other stages, so if you want to catch them, it starts, I think that's around 2 p.m. or something like that.
But still, it does give you time.
It does give you time, yeah.
If you want to get up early.
You can head out by like 11 or something in the morning, go and see the sculpture park, be back by 1, and still make it for the first bands if you want.
Yeah, I think there's even like a bus or a tram up there, isn't there? I mean, they're building that tram line up there. Yeah, they're
building apparently a tram line through that park as well.
Yeah, so by the time that's done, it might be even easier to get there if you're like pressed for time and you don't want to walk. Like you will be able to get there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
but that was cool.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We walked back via the docks, didn't we?
Yeah, you've got the whole dock area. That's lovely.
Yeah.
So beautiful there. You can just smell the salt.
Yeah, you can literally smell the salt in the sea, which is just like, oh man, I've missed doing that. That was so that was so nice to be there. It was so peaceful to walk along the docks, hear the sound of the water crashing against the rocks and stuff. You have these the ferries going like constantly in and out of the dock area, because there's all these little islands off of the coast of Oslo, where I imagine they must be going back and forth, because there's things out on those islands that you can go and visit if you had the time.
Yeah.
So I imagine that must be where they drop you off. So they just go back and forth between Oslo and the different islands.
It might be even like commute, like people commute.
Might be. I mean, there must be people working out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's again, that's another thing that you can do if you had the time. Take the ferry to one of those islands. Just go walking out there, because I imagine it's beautiful to walk out there.
Oh yeah.
And then come back in time for the bands if that's what you want to do. There's tons of things to do there. We only scratched the surface, but that would be something to look into, like for a second trip, either a second Inferno trip or just another trip to Oslo.
Yeah, well, that's that area is highly recommended from us as well, because like the day was quite gloomy on that day, but it still worked, you know.
I mean,
we saw it again the next day, like in the sun.
Yeah.
Which was like obviously just as beautiful, but I don't know, it was like, even when it was like kind of rainy and foggy.
Yeah,
it's just such a different atmosphere, but both of it worked. Like, it was amazing. Yeah,
definitely. It's super worth it. The docks area beautiful. The park was nice. The walk was nice. And apparently, one thing about Norway is that everyone apparently over Easter, like people have been saying these things to us in the comments of our videos. So apparently over Easter, a lot of people in Norway go to their cabins somewhere remote, like in the woods or in the mountains or whatever. So apparently Oslo is a lot quieter than usual. So we didn't know that. So I just assumed that this is what Oslo is like. But it might be a lot busier, like normally. So it will be interesting for me, because I guess you've been there before.
Yeah, but this again was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if population has increased since then. It
true.
Probably, well, I don't know. It might have.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure it must have, like given how the world population is growing. Yeah. So yeah, but like it'll be interesting to go back outside of the holidays, and just see how busy Oslo is then.
Yeah, on average, like Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, walking around the streets, it felt so empty compared to England.
Yeah, the first evening we got there, we were like, "This is so quiet.
Where is everybody?"
I really didn't mind though.
No, I mean I loved it. I loved it. Again, like social anxiety and social battery. I loved being in a beautiful, nice city with so many things to do. And there was like hardly any people there. It was like, this is great.
And the people you did see were mostly metalheads. So
yeah.
It was really cool, actually.
Again, it like Inferno felt like a metalhead takeover, not only of the hotel, but more or less of the entire city center. Like you could walk down more or less any street and you could see someone like a metalhead that is clearly there for Inferno. But yeah, I don't know. It makes you feel more comfortable, and it makes you feel like you're at home in a weird way, if that makes sense. Like you are amongst friends, and that's what it feels like.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Are you dying, my dear?
I got a tickle on my throat, but I think I'm going to be all right.
But yeah. Anyway, beautiful. We went to the Botanical Gardens as well on a different day.
That was on the Saturday, we did that. That was really nice. That was all free as well.
Yeah, all free. Very beautiful place. They had these different sections.
Different gardens.
They had obviously the Viking area. They had the area that is meant to look like the Norwegian fjell, like just like mountainy area with like little homemade waterfalls and stuff. It's beautiful, and it's really cozy to walk around it.
Yeah.
Different theming. They have these. They have like a little like pine forest section with like tall pine trees. So it feels like you're somewhere else. And you're still just there in the middle of Oslo city centre.
It's like a 20-minute walk.
Yeah, 20-minute walk from the hotel. It's so easy to get to. Yeah. And again, it's just such an easy, nice getaway to something that is so different.
That's what we liked doing every morning. Because we love nature, don't we? We love going on hikes.
Yeah.
we love the peace and the calm, and it was kind of, that was our balance.
Yeah, it was.
That's why, we got up early. We wanted to see these places, and we wanted to get like our peace.
Yeah.
And walk around in some beautiful nature before going back into the festival environment and getting on it again. And yeah.
You're at a festival.
You might not be into that, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
You just do what you want.
Of course.
But that's what we like to do.
Yeah.
And we like to explore anyway. And any like green space is like, let's go.
Yeah.
But this was all free, like amazing.
Yeah, I know. It was awesome, and it was really well kept.
Yeah.
You didn't really see any rubbish lying around. It was like the whole botanical area, or Botanical Gardens area was very, very nicely maintained. It was just a very nice way to escape from all the chaos of a metal festival. You're at a metal festival amongst like I don't know how many thousands of people. So if you want to get away a little bit, that would be one way that you could do it. Get your own piece for like an hour or two. And apparently, right next, we didn't know about that, but again, due to people in the comments, thanks, you know who you are.
Thanks everyone who's commented on all the tips and the tricks and what else is around.
Yeah.
It's helping everyone.
It's
helped us.
It
Maybe
really
if we go
is.
next time and people will read these comments.
Yeah.
And when they go, they will see that. Because, thank you. It's been amazing.
It's been so good. But yeah, one of the guys that commented on our video said that apparently right next to the Botanical Gardens is the old apartment of Euronymous, Øystein Aarsted. So yeah, that we didn't know about that at the time.
No.
But literally, so you have the main entrance, then you walk down that same street, and then on the corner, that's where he used to live.
He probably walked down that street so many times.
He must have.
Even when in those gardens, if they existed back then, I don't know. But we definitely walked in the same areas.
He lived there in 1992. That is mental.
A year before I was born. Mad.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it just... Yeah, even just reading that, and obviously we didn't know at the time, but just thinking that we were so close, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that
just
is mad.
Because it was just such a big thing back then.
Such a big thing.
They shaped that whole scene, and
they did.
It's just crazy.
And this is another thing, like about Norway and about Oslo in particular. Like that is basically where black metal originated.
Yeah,
more or less. Like it is. It like that you have such a significant like cultural heritage from the black metal community right there.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like when we went to see Neseblod Records, what was called Helvete back in the day.
Yeah, we did that on Friday. Yeah, that was like...
It was
I
insane.
had no words when I walked into that room where I had the black metal thing.
Like it almost felt emotional. It was insane. Because like you've seen the pictures, like every metalhead probably has seen the picture of the black metal drawn onto this concrete wall, right? But actually be there in person, just it feels different.
It really does.
It's crazy.
Like, I didn't think I'd be as affected as I was when I saw that.
No, me neither.
So I was like, oh yeah, it'd be cool to see. And then you go there, you just almost feel the history, as weird as that sounds. You go down there, it's just... Yeah,
you really do.
It's just such a weird feeling.
Like the way...
in a good way.
So for people who haven't been there, it's just a record shop. It's a very, very... very tiny space. You walk into this like narrow doorway.
Yeah.
You go in and there's like CDs and vinyls everywhere.
Yeah,
like floor to ceiling.
It's crazy.
Everywhere.
You'll find every bloody CD you want in there, I think.
They have merch in there as well. Like there's so much stuff. But then when you go in and you turn a right, there's a stairwell leading down, like one of those winding. And it's super, super narrow. You can only fit one person on there. Like you can't go down while someone's coming up. You have to wait because it's that narrow. So you go down this winding staircase. You go down and there's even more vinyls and merch and stuff everywhere. You go in, you make another right, and that's where the record store sort of ends. And you're in the old section.
Yeah.
Where they had left all the stuff from the fire because this shop burned down like ages ago. It was rebuilt.
Didn't it burn down recently, though? Like, quite recently?
I can't remember when that happened. Need to Google it.
I'll put info here.
Yeah, but it burned down, and you can see when you walk past this hallway that there's parts of what they rescued from the
Yeah,
fire.
so-
Obviously, it's all damaged.
Yeah, just before like the black metal room.
Yeah.
They've got all this damaged goods, I guess.
Yeah, damaged stuff that got damaged in the fire. And then you walk past that and you go into this room that leads nowhere. But this is it. This is like the inner sanctum. It felt so crazy. Like, as stupid as it sounds, like this, it must be a similar feeling to like what really religious people feel when they go into like the inner sanctum of a church or something. Like, because to me, it felt huge to walk into this room.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, you go in there and you just see this, like the black metal text there, and you just know, shit, I'm actually here.
Yeah, you're like thrown back in time. You're like, oh my god, like these people were here. These famous black metal musicians were here.
Yeah.
Running this shop, and you're thrown back in time. And
it's taken like 33 years back in time. It is
mad.
Insane.
Yeah. You've got to go.
You have to go.
You have to go.
If you're ever in Oslo and if you're ever a metalhead, it is super, super worth going to Neseblod Records and go down there in that room and just stand there for a while and take it all in and just see what it feels like. And it was funny when we walked out of the store and walked back towards the city center. We saw group after group heading in the opposite direction, like heading to the record shop for the exact same reason as what we did. We managed to get there very early. We were actually the first ones in there on that day.
Yeah, it was just good timing. We literally got there when it opened, which is 12.
Yeah.
Midday. So.
The shop opened, and I think we got there like 2 minutes before. So as soon as the clocks as soon as it was 12 o'clock, we just got in, and we were the first ones in there. So we just headed straight downstairs. Had a few minutes in the black metal room on our own, which was great. Yeah,
I think so many people were like seeing what they had merch-wise. So I could have spent hours in there and bought many things.
Oh my god!
I got enough merch.
Yeah.
We did buy the bag though.
Yeah, we got the tote bag. Yeah, Neseblod tote bag.
Had to get some sort of souvenir. You know,
definitely.
It's really cool.
You got to do something. You got to have something.
There are some cool patches as well.
Yeah, and they do.
Shop. I wouldn't mind going back and getting one of those. But
no, that'll be for next time.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth going, and you might want to get there early because I think it does get busy. Like, judging by the number of people we saw heading down that way, you sort of want to just get in there as early as possible.
Yeah, we actually had about 2 to 3 minutes where we were completely alone in the room. But we were actually the first ones down there that day.
Literally the first ones down there, yeah. So apart from the things we've already covered, there's tons of other things that you can do while you're in Oslo, while you're at Inferno.
There's loads.
It's like a tourist magnet, but there's like so many things. We only scratched the surface because we didn't have time for everything. Like there is the Munch Museum, Edvard Munch Museum.
Yeah. I really wanted to go to that museum, just didn't have the time.
Didn't have the time, unfortunately.
No.
But next time.
Yeah, and then you have that church.
Yeah, the Stave Church. It's like a little bit to the west of the Oslo city centre. So I think you can actually walk there in about an hour.
We were planning it, but I think because there are it's like a whole area, isn't it? There's a lot of things to see, which will take a few hours if you want to do it all.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get there after going so far out just to rush.
Yeah.
And then come back. I think if you got up really early and done it,
you might be able to make it work. But there's a bus that goes there as well. I think the walk would be about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour actually. But there's a bus as well. There's a Stave Church that you can go to, and there's this whole other area surrounding it. That there's some stuff there that you can see. Apparently, one of our mates said that it takes quite a while to look around the whole thing. So it sounds like something that's going to take quite a few hours. So we decided against it. But that might be something that we can go and see next time, because the Stave Church itself looks beautiful. Definitely, because again, this is such a unique thing to Norway, this type of building. So I just want to go there, just admire the architecture.
Yeah.
That's essentially it. But there's tons of other things that you can do as well. We just didn't have time to really explore much else.
You can't do everything.
No, especially not when you have a festival.
No, and it depends how you want to use your time.
Yeah, exactly.
But so another thing we explored was the metal bars. because we love doing that. Anytime we go anywhere, it's like, where's the heavy metal bars?
Where are the heavy metal
we
bars?
We love it.
Yeah.
So what was the first one we went to? That was Kniven?
Yeah, Kniven. Yeah, that was on the first night. Yeah, Kniven. The Knife.
The Knife, yeah. That's really, really cool.
Very nice bar.
Very, very nice bar.
Yeah, very cozy.
Yeah.
Quite small, but I think it's spacious enough on a normal night. Obviously, it gets busy over Inferno. It got particularly busy on Saturday night because you had obviously all the Inferno guests as well as the regular guests going there. So it was very, very, very busy.
It was a bit squashed. I mean, we still managed. It was fine.
We managed. It was all right. It was all right.
We went there on a Wednesday, and that was completely fine.
That was absolutely fine.
It was busy, but not like
no, but it was
overwhelming.
It did not feel packed at all. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was a very, very cozy place. Played all kinds of different extreme music, which is
always
awesome.
Extreme. Which that's really, really nice.
Yeah. Actually. Again, it's like even in like it's quite rare to find. Even here, like finding a bar that plays extreme music like this,
just like constant extreme.
Yeah, because like usually if you go to a rock bar, like they would play all like the well-known songs, like they would play obviously like Megadeth, Linkin Park, that sort of thing. Yeah. Lamb of God potentially, but here they just play everything. Like they play their brutal death metal and
some extreme doom. I didn't know most of what they played, exactly. But it sounded awesome.
Yeah, they play all kinds of genres. Like they play extreme music, which is awesome.
And from the moment it opens as well.
Yeah.
Like what, 2? I can't remember when it opened. 2
Yeah,
PM maybe?
2 or 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
In the early-ish afternoon, and they play all sorts of genres, including very extreme ones, which is nice. Very cozy place. Bartenders seem really nice. The interior, just being there is super cozy.
Yeah.
Very nice place. We got, what was it, Belgian beer we got there? What was that? Westmalle. Yeah.
I think.
Might be. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Westmalle.
Yeah.
They had that in the fridge. I think they had one more. I can't remember. But
we got the other one, and that cost you quite a bit of money.
Yeah, that was the Rockford. That was.
I don't know why that was a lot more expensive.
I don't know why that was weird.
Yeah.
But that was a very nice bar.
Definitely recommend that. There is a bar next to it which we didn't get to.
We didn't go to that one for some reason. Yeah, me neither. But that's next to Kniven. Apparently,
I'll put it on the screen.
We didn't go there because I actually forgot about it when we were there.
There's a lot of bars.
Yeah, there's a lot of bars in Oslo. At least I don't know if these bars always play metal, but they definitely did for Inferno.
Oh, I think the Knife Bar does.
The Knife Bar definitely does.
Like
the Knife Bar is an actual metal bar.
Yeah.
But we went to a bunch of others as well. We went to obviously Vaterland, where we got the pizzas. They are very nice.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
Highly recommended. If you're a fan of pizza and beer and metal,
yeah,
go to Vaterland during Inferno and have their pizza. It is super worth it.
Yeah, that was definitely worth going. And I think Vaterland is part of Inferno as well. They do have some bands going on.
They have a few bands
early afternoon, so they are the bands that start at like 2.
Yeah.
We didn't actually see the stage area there, but
no, we didn't. Sorry.
But no,
next time.
Definitely worth checking out food-wise for that.
Definitely, it is
really
super
enjoyed
worth
that.
it. Yeah.
Where else did we go?
We went to Amundsen bar.
Yeah, that's not a metal bar.
Not part of Inferno, not a metal bar. We just went there because we figured that they would have some Amundsen stout, which they didn't. So we ended up paying extortionate amounts of money for a blue Chimay Belgian beer.
Yeah.
It's a nice bar. It's very expensive. Probably would not go there again.
We were disappointed because we really like Amundsen for their stouts. Yeah,
they do some amazing stouts.
They used to have that dessert in a can. I don't know if they do that anymore. We used to get those a few years ago. They had the birthday cake series. We love their stouts. They're strong
Amundsen
dessert stouts.
Does really, really good stout beers, but they did not have any of them on their menu, which was surprising and disappointing.
We were pressed for time that day because we were going to meet your friend, Toyas. So it's like we really wanted to and we've been walking for ages. Yeah. So it was like, we just want to sit and have a beer, so we stayed in there. Yeah. We ordered the Chimay Blue, but it was 15 UK pounds each.
It was painfully expensive.
And for us, we can get that here, maybe in a city centre for £6. And when we go to like that, the Crafty Hearth in Essex, it can be £4.50. So to go from like £4.50 to £6 and then jump to £15.
Yeah, I think it was between 15 and £16.
Yeah, this is why we complained a lot, because we were just shocked.
It was stupid. I mean, I've never in my life paid that much money for a beer. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It's
a shame, because it was a really nice place, and again, like we're not picky with our booze, but we can't drink like lager. We don't enjoy
not to. We just choose not to. But yeah.
We just don't enjoy it.
No.
I mean, the Hansa lager, that was like their popular lager out there, I guess. That's probably like the cheapest thing you can get. It might not be that expensive, but we just don't like it, unfortunately.
No.
I wish I did. So it's a bit cheaper, but I don't know. I just like to enjoy what I drink.
Yeah, I like having. I don't know. I guess I'm a bit selective about my beers.
Yeah.
I like drinking good stuff. Like usually when I do drink a beer, it's like it's a stronger one, and it's one that I particularly pick because it tastes really good. To me, I just don't particularly appreciate the taste of like just a regular lager unless it's a really, really warm day. Then I can drink it. But other than that, I prefer to drink other stuff. And unfortunately, usually those beers are more expensive, and in Norway, very expensive. So yeah, Amundsen would not go there again. Disappointed in their selection of beers, considering how good the beers that they actually make.
Yeah, it was disappointing for us, but you know, you might be able to go in there and get a cheaper beer, and it is a really nice place to sit.
The venue itself is beautiful. It's just a shame for us that they didn't have the beers that we wanted, and the one beer that they had that we did want just cost a fortune. So anyway,
there are a lot cheaper places you can go. It's just we just wanted to go there for our own personal taste. It was just a disappointing experience, but you learn.
Yeah,
it's fine. Like, it's fine.
The place we went with Torius was great.
Oh yeah, so we went there after we went to Amundsen.
After Amundsen,
yeah, we met Torius and
Fiasco bar
and Christian and Karina. That's it. Yeah, and those prices were actually really, really good.
They were nice, yeah. They were a lot more reasonable. Those prices. They even had a building. What was it? Was it a
Shove?
Shove. Yeah.
I think it's only like £6.
Something like that, yeah. It was a lot cheaper than Amundsen.
So I think it's about just you need to know where to go.
Yeah,
because we wouldn't have gone to this Fiasco bar without Torius. You know?
I didn't even know what Fiasco bar was, but my Norwegian friend said, "Hey, we're at Fiasco. Do you want to come meet us?" I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, let's go there." And we went there, and they actually played metal. Like they played all kinds of different. That it was banging. It was awesome.
It was a really nice place, and it was a bit like out of the way. Like, you wouldn't really think a bar is up there,
but not that far away from the hotel. Only about 5-minute walk or something. But you just wouldn't think that there's a bar that way. So yeah, again, if you're at Inferno and you want a cheaper bar, Fiasco bar is like so close, and they play metal and they have a decent selection, and the prices aren't crazy.
Yeah, that was really, really nice. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
It was a very cozy place as well. They have a big indoor space and a decent sized outdoor space as well.
Yeah.
I think it was. Wasn't there like it's like a roof over it or something?
I think they had the roof.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Can't remember what you call it.
Like shelter.
Yeah, little thing.
So you're like
So if it rains, you're not gonna get wet. You're fine.
Yeah, I can't think of the word.
Yeah, that word. We'll put it on the screen when we think about it. Yeah, very nice bar, Fiasco. Probably my favorite outside of the actual Inferno bars.
I think if I was to go back to Inferno, I'd spend way more time there.
Same.
Instead of the knife bar was amazing, but I think I'd prefer to go Fiasco.
Fiasco is quieter, a lot quieter.
Probably the knife for like one, but if you're gonna have a few beers, there.
Yeah.
So there is the Rock-In, but we didn't go.
We didn't go, unfortunately.
I've heard that they do quite cheap drinks there, cheaper beers, but we just didn't get to go.
Didn't make it,
And Goldie, obviously.
Goldie is a very nice venue.
That's part of Inferno.
Yeah. they have bands playing as well. They have the pre-show happened at Goldie.
Which we didn't really know about.
Didn't know that. We went there randomly on the first night and caught that was a Danish band, wasn't it?
Eyes. Yeah.
Danish, like, I don't know, they did some proper throwdown. I don't even know what you call the genre, but there was people proper like throwing down.
There was quite a big pick going on. It was awesome.
Yeah. That was entertaining. It was really good. Like Goldie in general as a venue. They have the downstairs where you have that's where the bands are playing, and you have that the runway where they did the fashion show, and you have the upstairs as well where that's just a bar where you can sit down and have a drink.
Yeah.
It's like 2 floors.
And I think that Wednesday, that pre-show, if you have your wristband, you can obviously get them for free.
Yeah.
So there's all these little perks you have.
Get your
we
wristbands.
We just saw that on the night.
Yeah.
Like on that night, we thought, there's like a night going on at Goldie.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been to the knife bar first, and then we thought, let's just go check this out. Yeah, and we didn't even realise there were bands playing.
I didn't know there was bands playing.
And we caught the last band, so this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, we just didn't know.
We just didn't know.
We were at the knife bar, completely oblivious to the fact that there's bands playing at Goldie. It's just like right around the corner. Because like this is the thing, you have the knife bar, then there's a street, and then there's another street, and then you have Goldie. So it's like, it's so close.
Everything's so close, yeah. Like all the main bars, stages are so close. Yeah,
but we didn't know that until we just randomly walked into Goldie and a band was on. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know about this. But
that was really cool.
That was awesome. Very, very cool.
I think, again, like next time now we know there's like a pre-show there.
Yeah.
So we might get there earlier and catch more bands.
Yeah.
Because, we enjoyed that.
Yeah, just go for the vibes. It was really, really fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's included in your festival ticket, so why not?
Better make the most of it.
Yeah.
Get value for your money.
Yeah. So that's
probably more or less it.
I think that's all the bars we went to.
Off the top of my head,
Still
I think so.
But a few we didn't go to.
Again, we only really scratched the surface, but we did everything that we sort of could cover within the time that we had. But it was good. It was really good. All those bars all the Inferno bars are great from my experience. Definitely, I recommend going and checking them out. But a Fiasco bar for the prices. Yeah. And again, if you want to get away from the busyness of the festival, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, you had Mikkeller, Henry and Sally's.
Oh, yeah. Right next to Goldie.
Yeah, so that was literally next door. We found that out on the Sunday. Which was a shame in a way, because it was a really nice place.
Yeah.
You got discount off of beers.
Yeah.
And the selection of beers was actually really decent. I don't think it was too bad price-wise.
No,
especially
it wasn't.
with the discount as well.
Yeah, you get a discount, so that's worth taking into consideration.
But for everyone who's sober, they had a really good selection of non-alcoholic beers as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be paying half the price, or not even that, if you didn't drink.
Yeah.
I imagine, I don't know what these other bars do, like Fiasco or Knife Bar, in terms of non-alcoholic beers. Didn't really see anything to do with that.
No, we didn't really research it.
No, but definitely with Henry and Sally's, you could get some. Yeah, they had a whole list, about 10 non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And they just specialise in craft. They don't have any of the Hansa or anything like that. They say that.
It says specifically on the menu, we don't have Hansa here at all. It doesn't exist in our so that's just the thing. They do all these other. They literally specialize in craft beer.
Yeah, and they were playing metal as well. Maybe that was just because of the festival. I'm not sure.
It might be
because it was like a Mikkeller bar. But no, that was a really nice place. It's a shame that we found it on the last day.
Yeah, it's.
I think I would have gone there. Before.
It's a very nice place. Again, we just sit there and just chill. Found a table quite easily. Just had a beer. Waited for Rockefeller to open at 4. Yeah. It was great. It was awesome.
They had board games as well.
Day. Yeah, they did.
They had that black metal drinking game or something that looked quite interesting.
Yeah.
And a really good selection of beers. We had this white stout. It was really nice.
It looked like a lager or IPA or something, but it tasted amazing. It tasted like a stout. It was so weird, but great. It was
There's a very impressive list of non-alcoholic beers.
Yeah.
So if you're if you don't drink, that would be a place to go. If you don't drink, or you used to drink and you don't want to drink anymore, and you still want to drink beer, go there, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
So I guess the next thing would be the festival itself.
Yeah. It was great. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I actually can't really fault it.
No.
Like, no.
I think the festival itself is incredibly well organized.
Yes.
Incredibly well run. Mm-hmm. One of the issues that we tend to face at many festivals in the UK is the bar queues. You go to a big gig somewhere and you end up queuing in the bar for like 20 minutes, half an hour sometimes. It's stupid. At Inferno, I think the most we ever queued was 3 to 4 minutes, and that was the first night because we didn't know where the other bars were.
No, that was just when everyone had come in, like for the first time ever in the Rockefeller. And that's basically like the first bar you see.
Yeah, but there are other bars, we just didn't know about that.
Well, no, but even then, there was, about 10 people in front? And we were like, oh no, like, how long is this going to take? Yeah. It took no time at all.
No, it didn't. The bartenders,
the bar people were amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
They were like,
very quick.
So they served someone, they were pouring the drinks, and they asked the next person while they're pouring the previous person's drinks.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, I'd never seen anything like it.
No, it was very efficient.
That was service, whereas here, it takes so long to get a beer sometimes.
Sometimes you're in a queue in UK and there's 10 people ahead of you, and for some reason it takes 20 minutes. I don't know how they managed to do it, but it takes ages.
And they have double the amount of staff.
Yeah.
It's like this is like one or maybe 2 people.
Yeah.
And they're still way quicker.
Yeah,
so that was really, really
at
impressive.
At Inferno, that is super efficient, and it was such a pleasure. Like you knew, okay, you can go up to any bar and you could get serviced within a few minutes. And even if, so you see, there's like 7 people queuing, I can't be asked. It might only take 2 minutes, but it doesn't matter. So I'll just go to the other bar where there is no queue at all, and you can get your beer basically instantly.
Yeah, I'm trying to count the amount of bars I saw. So you had the one we went to. Then they opened the one opposite on the other side of the stairs. Then you had the one... Yeah,
that was the one next where the tattoo convention was.
Yeah, that was another one. So that's 3 bars already.
Yeah.
There one was, down on John D.
John D, yeah.
Or 2 maybe.
I think there was 2 down by John D.
You got the one on the rooftop.
Yeah, that's another one.
And that's only a few that we saw.
Yeah, so probably like 6 or 7 bars within that building. It's like, that's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
And every single one of those is managed very efficiently.
Yeah, the bar staff were amazing. So,
it's very easy to get a beer or like get a drink of any sort in there, because that goes very, very quick. Kudos to that. Yeah, that was incredible.
Very impressive that. So, wow.
Sound-wise, it was good. Every band basically sounded good.
Sound was incredible. Not too loud at all.
No, it was...
even when you're close to the stage, like obviously we have our earplugs.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
Yeah. Blood Incantation was a bit loud in the beginning, but it got adjusted very, very quickly.
Maybe it was just a sound adjustment because
but it was like overall, like every band, the overall experience, the sound is great, the balance is fine, you can hear everything.
Really clear.
Very, very positive about that in general.
Yeah.
The stage itself is good. Like you can obviously they have the main standing area. There's like 2 balconies, like two levels of balconies that you can stand on as well.
Yeah, and on the first balcony, I think if you get there at a good time, they got like tables and chairs.
Yeah,
so you can sit at the balcony and just chill.
You can get a table and just sit there and chill for a few hours watching the bands.
Yeah, that's so nice. Like, because obviously, like, you get these venues where they just have like standing and then seating. But I've never seen, like a balcony and they have tables and chairs.
It looks very formal and quite posh in a weird way.
You can just like actually relax and put your drink on the table and then just like chill out like that.
Yeah,
and
just
watch the band.
Have a little chill there.
That was really cool. I mean, we never experienced it, but we saw it and that was awesome. And then they have another level, and they even have a bar on that as well, don't they? They have a bar in the corner of the second level. But just before you go outside, there was a bar.
Yeah, I think they do actually, yeah.
So that's like 6 bars.
Mental,
it's insane.
So many different bars, yeah.
And then you got the whole like rooftop area.
That was nice. If it's like a day where it's not raining, you can easily stand out there for a while and have a chat with your mates, or they have food there as well. By the way,
they had like moose.
Moose burgers.
Yeah.
We didn't actually have them. We wanted to have one, but just didn't have time in the end. But yeah, the festival itself really well run. The only thing that, like, not necessarily negative, but something that you just need to be aware of. If you want to see the headliners, or like the big bands, get in there probably about 20 minutes to 30 minutes before they start. If you want to get a spot anywhere near like the front half of the venue, because it gets very, very packed. We arrived stupidly late for Satyricon. That was our fault. Like, we should just not have done that.
And Abath as well. Like, because we saw it was VMO, didn't we? Saw VMO before, and then Abath had just started.
Because we couldn't. So we couldn't get there for when Abath started, because we wanted to catch all of VMO. And
Abath was so busy, which understandable. He's an absolute legend.
And so was Satyricon.
Yeah.
Again, Norwegian legends.
Yeah, Norwegian legends. So I get why it was packed.
Yeah, same.
It was so hard to find a spot if you come in late.
Yeah, if you want to get in there and we want to watch the bands without being squashed like a sardine in a can, you gotta get in there early, because otherwise you're gonna be stood at the like second, how to say, like the rear part of the venue, where it's hard to hear what the band is playing, because people around you are talking so loud that they sort of overpower the sound a little bit.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
And you're being squashed, so like you can just stand like this. It's really uncomfortable, and it's very, very warm. Yeah,
where we were originally for Satyricon, we could see very well, the sound was good, but we were like this.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even have a little boogie, because it was so
literally
packed, and then
move.
there were people walking like to and from behind us.
Yeah,
it was just the spot we were in, unfortunately.
And then you move back to the back of the venue, and then the sound disappears, so you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Or like the people talking next to you is louder than the band, so that ruins the experience for you. Which,
fair enough, like they are allowed to do that. People are right at the back, and they just want to have a chat, and they're casually watching the band. But
yeah.
We wanted space, but you can't hear the band properly, so it's like shit.
Yeah.
So I think you need to get there.
You need to get in there early.
Yeah.
Also, it gets very, very warm. Again, like we watched the Turk, and I was like, we were just standing there, but I could literally feel like sweat just like dripping off me just by standing there. That's not normal.
Well, that was every day really, because
it gets very, very warm in there.
It was, unfortunately, it was freezing outside. So. Yeah, sometimes I had to wear like a long sleeve and a short sleeve.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just like went for it in a t-shirt, and I was absolutely freezing. But as soon as you get in that venue, you're so warm. Yeah. They've got a cloakroom, but I just thought, when I'm so close to the venue, like hotel, it's like I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
so this is like a thing.
Why would I pay for a cloakroom when I'm?
Yeah, like, there's no point. So this is again another reason. Get a hotel close to the venue. Like the Clarion is very close to the venue. You just gotta brave it, run to the venue in your t-shirt or whatever, because you'll be freezing as you're doing it, but as soon as you get in the venue, it is warm. I
mean, if you're fine with paying with cloakroom, you just bring your jacket, but I didn't want to.
We didn't want to.
I'm stubborn like that. I do that here, so that's just a me thing.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that, so screw that.
But I remember for blood incantation, I was just wearing a thin long sleeve and then my short sleeve t-shirt over the top. I was dripping.
Yeah, it was warm.
But then I went outside and I was freezing.
They could do with some more aircon, to be honest. Or do something to make it a little bit more, I don't know, make it more tolerable. Make the temperatures just slightly bit lower than what they are, because it gets extremely warm in there.
Yeah. That's just our preference.
It's minor.
Like we were in like every pit that happened, so we're gonna get warm.
Yeah, well, that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it was fine. Like other than that, it was perfect. Like I love the tattoo convention. That was so fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, there's so many things going on like with that festival apart from the bands, and in
a way, like I don't know if we mentioned that here, but like we've spoken about it. Like in a way, you go to Inferno, but the bands in a way is like the smallest part of the festival, because there's so many other things going on.
Yeah.
Like obviously we had our main bands that we really wanted to see, and like and I'm sure everyone that goes to Inferno has that, and like there's this. Yeah, I want to see this, and this band, but in the space in between those bands, there's like a million other things that you can do as well, and that's what I think really makes Inferno unique.
Yeah, and because it was our first time, we just wanted to experience everything that it had to offer, like see as much as we could as possible.
Yeah.
And like the lineup for us, it was really, really good because the bands that we really wanted to see was worth it.
Definitely.
But there was like a lot of bands on the John D stage that we didn't know. That's why we wasn't down there.
In a way, I would have gone for Batushka and Blood Incantation alone.
Exactly.
But that's my taste.
But yeah, that gave us the time to see everything and to show you guys as well, like what the festival has to offer. But obviously, like if there was bands on both of those stages and even the smaller stages that I really wanted to see, I would have gone.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, at least this gave us a chance to explore a lot.
Yeah, we had quite
without
a bit of...
feeling, oh no, I'm missing this band and I don't have enough time to do everything.
Yeah, exactly. We had quite a bit of free time in between the bands that we definitely wanted to see, so we could go and explore all these like extra things. Again, the different stages. They had the tattoo convention. They had the art exhibition that was at the hotel.
Yeah.
They have all these different again
they got the metal market.
Yeah, the metal market.
It's not like massive, but it's still really
big
worth
enough.
checking out.
And again, that's also in the hotel.
Well, yeah, you got the small metal market, but the metal market in the actual Rockefeller.
Oh right, yeah,
on the right hand side, before you go to John D.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah. That's like far bigger. You have all these different. They had those the black metal soap. That was hilarious.
They had like black metal soaps. So it was like a little square soap bar in the shape of the ABBA face, which was amazing.
Awesome. All these like little quirky, random things that I've never seen before. It's awesome.
Hot sauce. They were selling that.
Yeah, Donald Trump hot sauce.
And then they had like all T-shirts, and then they had the actual Inferno merch area.
Yeah,
where you could get all like the bands that were playing.
Yeah.
All their merch and maybe Inferno tops and all
official merch. Yeah. It was that was a pretty massive area right next to the Rockefeller stage before you go to the John D.
Yeah.
That was awesome. It was a really nice place to walk around. They do signings as well, obviously in the tattoo area. We went to just watch the Rotting Christ signing.
Being a weirdo.
No, I'm standing there like two weirdos just watching Rotting Christ signing all the stuff. It's like
it just made me happy. Like they're my favorite band, and I didn't have to meet them. I've been in a signing before.
Yeah, they're really.
I just get happy by seeing people be happy by meeting. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, and we wanted to show that there was signings, and this is how a signing works, and it's actually really, really chill.
Yeah, so chilled.
Really, really chill.
Like again, we've been to signings before, and usually they are run in a very strict fashion where you almost feel like you're in the way, and like the staff shoo you on.
Yeah.
As soon as you got your little signature, they're just like, oh, can you just fuck off now? But here it was nothing like that. You can see that in the video. Like, people were granted all the time they really wanted there with the band, and they had a chat with them. There was no rush. It was fine.
And like a Bloodstock, for example, they're behind a tent, so you can't even see the signing taking place. It's like very private. Where we could just watch it.
We just stood there watching it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can see the members. We watched. I think it was more than that we watched. Like,
maybe.
And no one's
more.
telling you to move on. A lot of people were doing the same thing.
Yeah. It was so chill.
It's part of like the tattoo and the EMP guitars as well. They had that. So it's like really, really relaxed, and I really like that because it's like, look, I just want to watch. Like I'm not going to do anything.
No, of course not.
Whereas a lot of signing sessions, it gets very strict
and
private. Yeah. You can't see.
It's handled it's handled in a very strict fashion where you can't get near the bands that actually sign, and afterwards they're like escorted out via some other way. But here, after the signing ended, the band just went out into the crowd. So they went just straight past it. Like we could have easily just said, "Hey, do you want to have a chat?" Or, "Hey, can I also have something signed?" Yeah, easy. No issue whatsoever.
Yeah, and I think even when it ended, like a woman last minute wanted to catch.
Yeah, quite a few
catch Rotting Christ.
Yeah, quite a few people just came up to the band and said, "Hey, can I also just have a picture taken or have a chat or something?" Yeah, it's fine.
I really liked that. It
felt a lot more chilled.
And that's where it comes into like you can see a lot of like celebrities walking around, like people in bands. they go. Like,
Yeah.
From the Scandinavian scene, at least. Like, we saw Isan.
Oh, loads. Yeah.
And people
Definitely.
in our, like, who watched our vlogs, like, saw people in bands.
Yeah, apparently
And we're like,
Gelder was there as well. I just did not see that, and he was standing not that far away from us. I didn't know.
I'm so bad.
I didn't know.
Yeah. I'm really bad at things like that.
I'm so bad at faces and like recognizing people in general. So yeah, I totally missed that. But thanks for pointing it out. Yeah, we saw Isan. We bumped into Sakis just outside the hotel on the day that they were playing.
We saw.
Which is great.
Amon Amarth.
Amon Amarth, yeah, we saw the guitarist from Amon Amarth, and we saw Johan Heck from Amon Amarth as well.
He was checking in with his wife in the hotel because he was doing one of the talks. So you will see a lot of bands staying in the hotel and coming to the hotel because you got the whole conference thing.
Yeah,
you'll see them at the venue. It's very, very chill.
If you've been hanging around, you'll probably see obviously like Krim because he did the drum clinic.
Yeah.
Septic Flesh, you can probably have seen Nurgle because he did the guitar clinic. So you can just hover around the hotel and you are bound to see one celebrity after the other. Because they all
pretty awesome.
Hang out there. That is again, it's so unique. It's like it's not quite like 70K where you are like literally backstage all the time, but it's not far behind.
It gives me similar vibes to it.
Similar vibes, yeah.
So you can literally just walk among these amazing musicians, and it's just so relaxed.
Yeah, I'd imagine many of the bands would probably hang around that place.
And I think a lot of people like go to Inferno regularly. So they're used to seeing.
Gelder was there. Gelder wasn't playing.
No,
but he was still
they might
there.
go he might go regularly.
That's what I mean. Like these people, like, and they're friends with, like, they all know each other, right?
Yeah.
So they probably, he might even go every year. I don't know.
Maybe,
but like
support the scene. You know? Yeah.
Friends of the bands hanging out there. So again, if you want to see some celebrities from the metal scene, the hotel would be a very good place to just hang around.
Yeah, and the venue itself.
Sit there in the lobby just having a beer, or the venue itself.
Yeah, because we saw Isan at the venue first, and then we saw him in the hotel.
In the hotel.
I was like, oh my god, this is mad.
Wearing his signature sunglasses.
Or just it was just glasses.
Yeah, glasses. Yeah, it's not, it's just because they're like dark or like they're like tanned. I don't know how you say it. They look like sunglasses, but they're not. But that was awesome. Very unique. You don't get that close to the bands at most other festivals I've ever been to.
No.
Very unique to Inferno, I think. Again, makes it worth going because you can get. If your idols are playing at Inferno, there's a chance that you're gonna get close to them. You might see them around.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. We had the fashion show,
That was really cool. Something so like unique.
Something so different. Again, I've never seen anything like that at a metal festival, I think, in my life.
No, I haven't seen it. No.
I was blown away by just how unique, how crazy that was. It was awesome. I like that.
We need more of that, and it was just like promoting like what we wear, really.
Yeah, it was
being proud about it, actually getting to walk down like a catwalk.
Yeah, because
showing off what you wear.
Yeah, because this is literally people literally just showed up wearing whatever they do. Like again, as we spoke about when we were there, it's like our outfit is sort of in some ways an important representation of who we are.
Yeah.
When we are metalheads, like we all wear what we wear for a reason.
It's part of us,
usually
isn't
we do,
it? Yeah.
So like people just showed up wearing what they usually wear, and they just walked down the runway. Like there was the corpse paint guy from Birmingham, who's always at Bloodstock. He was there just wearing his usual cool attire. Other people did the same thing. There was a woman who does upcycling. So she customizes other bands' merch and makes it into her own sort of unique design.
Yeah, there was a few girls promoting their like clothing companies, but it's all stuff that they make from like band shirts or
from other
just upcycled.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's just alternative stuff, and it's really cool way to like advertise and get it out there.
And I think anyone can sign up to participate in the fashion show.
Anyone could have gone in there.
I could have done. I would say, hey, I'll walk down the runway just wearing this. It's like, what are you wearing? I'm wearing my Countless Guys t-shirt because they're a fucking awesome band.
Yeah, you could have just done that.
Yeah.
And then you got the conference itself.
Got the conference, yeah.
That's like something separate that you have to pay. I mean, some of it's free.
You have to. Yeah, some of it is free. But
so there's loads of things going on, like maybe in the hotel lobby. Like I think they had the auction going on.
Yeah,
well, not the lobby, the bar.
Yeah, they had the auction.
And they were selling off like really unique heavy metal pieces, maybe from bands, or I'm not really sure. We didn't see it.
No, we didn't see it. We didn't attend that. We could have, but just didn't make it.
They got the art gallery. That little metal market.
Yeah.
But if you buy there's like a separate ticketing pay for
did a talk as well. There was a bunch of different things going on.
These are the talks that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
And they're all in the hotel. I can't remember I don't know how much it was.
I can't remember.
I don't think it's that much more. There is so much going on though, so I think we have considered it maybe to do another year. Because I mean the talks can start from 10 a.m. to and 1
Yeah, I think
PM.
they start quite early, and the clinics start quite early. I think the clinics also cost extra if you want to go there.
So I think the clinics are on top of the conference pass as well. So you had Behemoth doing a clinic, and you had
it's all
Krim
add-ons. Yeah,
from Septic Flesh doing a clinic, but they were also you could just buy that separately. You didn't have to have the conference.
Yeah, you don't need the conference pass to go to a clinic. And they part of the conference, wasn't that also the black metal tour?
No, that's separate.
Was it separate as well?
So you can also buy the black metal bus tour, which looks really good because it takes you quite far out, doesn't it? To the
it does.
The church that got burnt down. You looked at that earlier.
Yeah, I just looked it up. It takes you to a church that got burnt down in '92 by I think it was Hieronymus, Faust, and Vicanus. Obviously, Hieronymus got killed before he could get sentenced for that, but yeah.
He got out of that.
He got out of that.
Ouch.
Oof. But yeah,
I'm joking.
So that the bus tour takes you up to that church. It got rebuilt a few years after it got burned down. But you can go and see the new version of it. You can go.
You go down as well.
Yeah, you go down to see a place called Langhus Station, Langhus Station.
Yeah.
Which is where apparently Mayhem originally started out, which is really cool.
Can you see their studio or rehearsal?
They had a rehearsal room down by that area as well. There's a very famous picture of Mayhem where they're set at the station where they wrote Mayhem on the where the station is, and they were sat on the bench or sat and lying down on the bench. It's a very iconic photo.
Yeah.
It all took place at that particular station.
Yeah.
It does a few more stuff. I can't remember where it is, but Helvete, Nosebleed Records.
Yeah.
It goes there as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think there's 4 different stops. The whole bus tour takes 4 hours. We didn't do it, obviously, but maybe next time.
It would be worth it because those spaces are so far away.
It's quite
so to
far
get there via
out.
public transport, it's
might be a bit of a pain. Yeah.
So it would be worth doing, I think.
Yeah.
And who's the guy who takes you on a tour?
And that's Olin, I think.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. That's a unique experience. We were considering it, but again, because we just wanted to explore the city itself.
Yeah.
And I mean,
we just chose
next time we might want to do it because we've seen Oslo now.
Yeah.
So now we might think, let's do that because we don't have to explore there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we just prioritized other things, but you can easily, if you're not bothered about that and you want to go on the black metal tour, by all means, I'm sure it's worth it.
You can buy it on the website in advance. I think every day they do it. So
yeah, they do. Yeah, so you see people waiting outside the hotel because it starts at 12.
Get back at 4.
Said meet up in the lobby by 11:30.
Yeah.
We depart at 12 and then we're back by 4.
Yeah. So as long as you don't have any bands that are on earlier.
Yeah, you'll still be able to make it in time for the first bands at Rockefeller.
Yeah. So
quite comfortably.
You just got to time that really.
Yeah.
I guess now we can talk about tips.
Yeah. One more thing we need to cover: the alcohol.
That's what I'm saying. Tips.
All right. Yeah.
So we've been blabbing for way too long. We're going to summarise this video.
Yeah, this has been going on for far too long. Let's try and summarise some tips and tricks.
Just going to have some tips,
for Inferno to make your trip easier.
Yeah.
And to avoid the traps that you and I fell in. Alcohol.
Number one. If you drink. I mean, if you don't, you're fine.
It's fine.
Just skip this part.
No issues. Yeah, if you don't drink alcohol, skip this part. We'll try and figure out how to put chapters in our YouTube videos. Skip to the next chapter, because this is about alcohol. For all of you guys that do drink alcohol, listen carefully.
Especially coming from a country where it's a lot cheaper to buy alcohol.
Yeah. So, one thing, Inferno is always on Easter.
Yes.
Easter in Norway, every shop closes except a convenience store called Joker, but they are not allowed to sell alcohol over Easter. So you can't buy alcohol in Norway on the Easter holidays, which include Thursday and Friday, everything is shut. You can't buy alcohol.
Yeah, and on Wednesday it shuts early.
On Wednesday, Vinmonopolet, which is the only shop in Norway, it's like a chain, but it's the only chain in Norway where you can buy alcohol stronger than 4.7%.
Yeah. They
close, the one in Oslo city centre closed at 4 p.m. on Wednesday before Easter.
Yeah, it was in that shopping centre, Oslo, I think it was City, wasn't it? Oslo City.
Yeah. It was.
It closes at 4, so we obviously got there too late because we had an afternoon flight.
Yeah, we arrived, I think maybe around 3:30, something like that. We got at Vinmonopolet at 5 p.m. and it had already been shut for an hour, so that was too late.
Yeah, and we were lucky enough to buy a couple of those like sparkling ciders.
Yeah, but all that is just like, this is just like regular, I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's just like cans of like 4.7%. So if you want a stronger drink, you can't get it because it's closed and it won't open until Saturday morning, where Vinmonopolet opens from 10 to 15, like 10 to 3 p.m.
On Saturday.
On Saturday, and then it closes again, and it's not open on Sunday either.
Or Monday.
Or Monday.
Home. So yeah.
So you are screwed if you arrive late on Wednesday.
It's just if you want to save some money on drinks and you we like drinking in a hotel, and it does save a lot of money.
It saves
as opposed
a
to
ton
drinking
of money.
in the bars all the time.
And paying for £16 beers. Well, you don't have to.
Well, at least £9 up for beers.
Yeah. So one way to avoid that is if you come from a foreign country, go to duty free, buy your like hard liquor there, because it'll be guaranteed it'll be a lot cheaper than anything you'll find in Norway.
I'd say buy as much as you can.
Yeah.
You know, even if you end up buying more than you can drink, just have it anyway.
You'll still be saving.
Still save.
Like, cause they charge you out of your eyeballs in Norway for alcohol. It is insane.
Yeah.
Go duty free. Try and arrive early on Wednesday. Like arrive around midday, because that should take you to the If you get an early flight, arrive, I would say latest around midday. That should take you to the city center latest at around maybe 1:30, 2 p.m. Still leaves you just enough time to go to Vinmonopolet and do your shopping.
To stock up.
Before it closes.
Yeah.
Alternatively, arrive the day before and pay for an extra night in a hotel. You will still be saving money.
Yeah, you'll still save money.
You will still be saving money on the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, Vinmonopolet's prices are not actually that bad. They're actually quite reasonable.
Yeah.
Even by UK standards.
Yeah.
And they sell all the stronger stuff. So if you want wine, if you want fucking champagne, I don't know, like they have it in there.
Just spirits. They don't have that in any of the
No, they don't.
The regular supermarkets. Whereas here in UK, you can get wine, beers, strong cider, spirits, anything in
many
corner
different
shop,
shops,
convenience store, supermarket, anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
It's just, that's why again we were like so surprised. Like, what? Like,
I was
you
so
can't
shocked.
get this in this. You can't get wine in a normal supermarket. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
and even you're from Denmark.
Yeah.
Like, you have it in your normal supermarkets.
Yeah.
You can get anything you need.
Anything.
So even you were surprised, and you were like next door.
This is a Norwegian thing. I have never seen this before in my life.
I think it's also a Swedish thing.
Regarding the big bands, if you desperately want to see a band, especially if it's one of the big ones at the Rockefeller stage, get there 20 to 30 minutes before to secure yourself a spot in the front half of the audience.
Yeah.
Because usually there you will have more space than you have at the back. It gets very packed at the back. Mm-hmm. Food-wise, we didn't explore any of the options really at the festival.
If any Norwegians that are watching, if you can recommend any good like traditional Norwegian food, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
We just didn't really have time to explore. Like by the time we were eating, it was very, very late. So a lot of places were closed. And we just went for like easy options.
If anyone have any recommendations for nice food places in Oslo, we would love to hear it because again, we didn't get to explore much of that.
Yeah,
but
please,
maybe next time would be good to go.
Please recommend any good like traditional Norwegian places or just places to go in general.
Yeah.
For us and for everyone who wants to go. That would be like very much appreciated because we're always so bad on the food front.
We are. Unfortunately, we do not really prioritize that. Which, like that's just
That's just us. But that's like final question. Would we go again?
Would you go again?
Yes.
Would you go again?
100%.
Yeah, I would definitely go again.
If lineup was good enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would even say if the lineup was just somewhat decent, I'd go again.
Yeah.
Like if there's like 2 or 3 bands on there that I really want to see, yes, I'm gonna go Inferno.
Yeah, because again, there's still so much we need to see.
Yeah.
And just walking around the city alone is great. Like
yeah, it is.
You can make it a holiday as well as a festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do either one. It's just, I think it's definitely worth going to if you've been thinking about going.
Yeah.
Just go because it's one of the best ones I've been to. I think.
Same.
Yeah, it's so good.
I think that's it.
Recommend for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Inferno.
Thank you, Inferno.
Thank you to everyone we met. Thank you for everyone commenting.
Yeah. If any of the guys that we met at the festival are watching this video, please comment because I'd like to at least share socials or something. It'll be awesome to connect.
And thank you for everyone who's commented on the vlogs and giving us tips and just been supportive. Like honestly, thank you.
Yeah. Again, thanks to all the new subscribers as well, and thanks to all the old subscribers that have been following us since we started. This is insane. Like we've now reached, I think we're like on 900 and something subscribers, which is like very small from a YouTube point of view, but for us it's huge.
It is.
Like I've never in a million years imagined that we would ever have 900 people following us. This camera just overheated.
Yeah, it had enough of us chatting.
Yeah, it had enough of our bullshit.
But anyway, thank you.
Yeah. What we were saying, thanks to everyone who's been following us since we started, and thanks to all the new subscribers. It means more than you can imagine. Thank you, I can't do that, but thank you so much.
Our next few videos are going to be, from what we've recorded in the past, because we're so behind.
We are behind.
So what have we got coming out?
We got our trip to Glasgow coming up.
Well, we've got the from Oslo to Halong.
From Oslo to Halong.
And then we have our my birthday, which was on the 25th of April. So this is how far back it's going.
Ages ago, yeah.
I'm sorry, we just can't keep up. We've been so busy. And then we have Glasgow, which was really, really fun. And then we have a very drunk night out, Metal to the Masses. Have that to look forward to. Yeah,
that was fun. Not the day after or the day after that, but on the day it was a lot of fun.
It was very fun. And then we'll be up to date. So
so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, if you want to see some,
If you want to see us drunk, stay tuned for that.
Anyway. That's it, I think.
That's it. See you next time.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye. Just because there was a weird lag or something.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, for fuck's sake.